Anthony Weaver, as we all know, is the new defensive coordinator this
Mhm.
season. What style of defense do you think Anthony is going to run this season in Miami? And how do you see it being different from what Vic Fangio did last season?
Yeah, they're going to be really aggressive. If you watch the Baltimore Ravens, it's going to be very similar to what they did there. Anthony Weaver spent the last few years there. It's not his only blood. He spent some time in Houston and Cleveland and elsewhere, but I think you're going to see a very similar style. And what I mean by that, for people who haven't watched a lot of Ravens football, they do a lot of simulated pressers, and that very much looks like guys coming off the edge, whether they're coming or not, showing that they're coming. And so I had a offensive coordinator compared to me as, when you play the Ravens, you're almost playing 13 players at once, because you're seeing a guy on the edge coming, and you're anticipating him coming, and then he drops back in coverage, and then a different guy comes that you didn't think he's going to come. And so you want people to be seeing ghosts, so to speak, like not knowing where people coming from. So it's showing them a lot of different looks, showing them a lot of different illusions, but for the defense, it being very simple in what they do. It's kind of a opposite of what Mike McDaniel does on the other side of the motion, right? A lot of the motions have a plan. And even if the motion isn't necessarily a factor in the play, it's something that creates the defense to look at something else. It creates them to react, and then the team can react off that. I think the defense, the Dolphins are playing the play is going to be very similar. They're going to play zone coverage a decent amount on the back end, but they will play some man when they need to. And I think more than anything, you'll see versatility from the players. You mentioned Vic Fangio's defense. A lot of times that defense was very much, you stay in your spot. This is what we're going to stick and play. We're not going to blitz a lot. We're just going to do our coverage and be best at it. I think the Ravens, you're going to see a lot of players playing different spots. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Javon Holland coming down and playing the nickel sometimes. Maybe it's Jaylen Ramsey coming inside playing the nickel or the star spot. Him following receivers, Jalen Ramsey, where he didn't do that much last year. And that's something he very much wants to do. So I think you're going to see a lot more different looks, and it may change week to week. Whereas I think Vic Fangio was a little bit more standard of what his defense does.